Hello guys, welcome back for another book review. This time around I have a very cool introduction. I'd like to say welcome to my YouTube channel. So you guys have requested it and I have finally gotten to open a YouTube channel, so that's where I'll be posting all of my book reviews. Anybody can find them anytime and it'll just be less of a hassle to get the book reviews. And who knows, in the future maybe we may do more interesting things, but I'll definitely let you know. So yeah, it's just a little update on what's going on and I'm super excited about that. I'm very happy and I hope you guys are going to enjoy the journey with me as I'll be sharing more and more books with you. Okay, so yeah, today we are reviewing a book called Essentialism by McKeown, right? So essentialism is basically coming from the word essential, so the most important thing, so basically this book is just saying let the main thing be the main thing, and it's just giving you tips and advice, tricks on how you can go about to let the main thing be the main thing, especially in this busy time, always procrastinating. Listen, we always got stuff to do, but what you're doing doesn't necessarily mean it's what you should be doing. So yeah, that's a little bit about that. So the structure of the book is such that it's broken down into 4 different parts. So the 4 parts have chapters in between, but I just like the 4 parts because it's like the main ideas that go with essentialism. So the first part, he speaks about the mindset that you should have to be an essentialist. He speaks about 2 different types of people. There are essentialists and there are non-essentialists. So that will also come up, as we go along in the book. And then the second thing, he speaks about discernment, making decisions and choosing. So that's what it's all about. The third part is that you need to eliminate, right? So now that you have, chosen, you've been thinking, you have discerned it, now you eliminate the things that are not so essential. And then lastly, he speaks about execution. So yeah, that's the 4 main parts. And I just love how, he helps us to prioritize. So one of the quotes coming from his book that I love is that what you don't do is as important as what you do. So this really shows you that, you have to make a choice, and that choice has to be, well informed. And this is how we're going to inform ourselves about how to make, better choices and let the things that are important, constantly prevail and constantly come first, right? So let's get into the lessons of these books. So, as I said, the first part where he speaks about the mindset of an essentialist, right? He says that it's very important for you to make the choices, you need to know that 20% of the efforts you put in into some of the things actually get you 80% results. So what he's trying to get us to do is to actually focus on the 20% that gives us 80% results in our lives. We all know there are things that we do that we're just exceptional in, so he says we must sit down, we must examine ourselves and actually determine in my life, okay, when I do this and this and this, I excel way more than I do anything else. So it's very important to have that mindset, to keep it, in your mind, so that you know what is essential, what is, the most important thing that keeps you going and pulls you through in life and gets you the best results, right? And then he talks about discernment, which is the second part. So he says we must evaluate and we must explore. So before you can, choose and say this is going to be it, I'm an essentialist, this is my 20%, it's very important for you to explore. And then after you have explored, he says it's very important to have time to think, which I think it's important, because nowadays it's music headsets all the time, it's movies, we always socializing, there's hardly any time to think. He speaks about having time for solitude. He goes to holidays where he would just take a week off to read, empower yourself so that the quality of your decisions as well improves. Go out. He goes out there for a week to just think and read books, which I think is so profound. Because nowadays, there's no time. Gotta watch a series because Game of Thrones is here. You know, that's all good and well, but you need to have time to yourself to think and evaluate, how is my life going? What are the most important things, so that you can keep them and make them the main thing, right? So that's the most important thing about discernment. Make sure that you exercise. He says exercising is one of the things that are important. Make sure you sleep. He says sleep helps you, concentrate, helps you for peak performance. And it's some of the things that we're not taking seriously. So it comes back to that 20%. You need to make choices and you need to make trade-offs in order to make sure that the most important things come first in your life, Okay, and then now moving on to the third step. He speaks about elimination, right? So now, you must learn to say no. Okay, not every invitation that comes your way you must always accept, and he says that you must actually find a way to differentiate the invitation from the relationship. You saying no to that invitation doesn't mean that you're saying no to the relationship that you have with a particular person, or you're not a good person, you're not a good friend just because you said no. So separate that and don't make it too personal. You remember to prioritize yourself. And then he also has one where he says, use a strategy where you say, I'll check my schedule and I'll get back to you, which is my favorite because it saves me. You have time to sit back and think and be like, okay, no, actually, I don't have time because I've planned this and this and that. And now when I look at the time that I have, the most important thing for me to do at that point in time is this. So I'm not going to say yes to an invitation to chill when I know I have something important or productive or which I deem more important to do, okay? So please eliminate the things that are not important. Don't even feel bad about it. Make time for family, as he says. Make time for your friends. But the most important thing is that you make that choice. You make sure that it's not, and then all the time, when you're always readily available, it shows you that you are not focusing on the most important thing, because socializing cannot be your top priority unless if you're making money from it, hey? So, but yeah, that's the idea that he has. Now going lastly to the part where he speaks about execution. So now when it comes to execution, number one, the most important thing, set routines. So the most important thing, the 20% need to be in your everyday routine. You do them consistently, consecutively, so that you put in the 20% and they are giving you the biggest results in your life. So imagine now doing the 20% essential things for like the next 3 years, the next 5 years. You will just excel because you've put that in a routine and you're constantly working on it, right? You need to plan as well. Have a yearly planner, have a monthly planner, have a daily planner if possible as well. Plan for every damn hour. Listen, I don't play when it comes to time. I want to make sure that, I'm putting the time where it's needed. Of course, it's not perfect, but because you have a plan, it's better than when you don't. Have yearly goals, have weekly goals if possible. So make sure that you are planning for your time, right? You also need to eliminate. So he says that every day we should try to eliminate things that are non-essential, things that are not helping us grow. For example, I had a problem where I was watching a certain YouTube show consistently over and over again, and I knew it wasn't beneficial, but because I was just like I'm gonna watch it, but then as I go and I realize I'm wasting my time. So it's one of the things that I had to cut, and I'm so proud of myself because it's been over a year and I've cut it up. So start small, start with the little things, and then as you go on, things will get easier. You eliminate things that are not important in order to make sure that you prioritize, and those things that are the 20% really gets to be the core of your life and they help you excel, right? So those were the 4 main lessons, the 4 main parts that I learned through Essentialism. I loved this book because we all want to do so many things, but it's about focusing on the things that bring you the biggest results, that bring you happiness, that bring you wholeness. And those things are very important for you to put, ahead of everything. They're paramount to be at the top of your list all the time, as much as you can, right? So yeah, I loved the book. It was practical. Listen, this guy gives you headings. You will never ever feel like you're lost. Headings on top of heading. Literally, it's a GPS. Like, should I turn left or right? He's like, turn right, turn left, whatever that is. That me and directions. That's why GPS is very important. So yeah, practical. You will not regret this. It will just help you make things that are important be, come first all the time. And then I would say I recommend it for people who are struggling with procrastination. If you've been wanting to go to the gym, if you've been wanting to study, if you've been wanting to take on a business, if you've been wanting to improve your life in terms of making things that are important come first, this is the book for you. It'll give you, the steps. He breaks things down so nicely, giving you ideas on how you could do certain things. So I'd definitely say people should read it at least once in your life as well. I think it'll be good to just have those ideas, to know how to go about in terms of letting the main thing be the main thing. So yeah, that's the book review, and I'm super, super happy about it. I definitely recommend it. This one is literally a 5-star for me. So do go out there and get it, read it, let me know how it goes. Thank you so much.